Before it became a city of parades, jazz, and mystery, New Orleans was a land of wetlands, rivers, and ancient forests, home to the Choctaw, Houma, and Natchez tribes. For centuries, they fished in the bayous, traded along the Mississippi, and built thriving villages surrounded by the natural abundance of the Louisiana Delta. Their world was full of rhythm and balance until European ambition arrived on their shores. In 1718, a French explorer named Jean-Baptiste Le Moyne de Bienville founded La Nouvelle-Orléans, naming it after the Duke of Orléans. It was a daring choice, a city built on swampy ground, surrounded by water and threatened by hurricanes, mosquitoes, and disease. But the French had a vision, a port city that would command the Mississippi River and open a gateway to the Americas. Early settlers faced unimaginable hardships. Floods, yellow fever, and fires tore through the small colony. Yet, from its very beginning, New Orleans was unlike any other city in North America. French settlers mixed with enslaved Africans and Caribbean Creoles, creating a society where cultures clashed, blended, and eventually fused into something new, something distinctly Creole. By the mid-1700s, the city changed hands. After France's defeat in the 7 Years' War, New Orleans was given to Spain in 1763. The Spanish rebuilt the city after 2 devastating fires, replacing wooden structures with brick and wrought iron. The beautiful balconies, courtyards, and arches that define the French Quarter today were born under Spanish rule, not French. In 1803, everything changed again. Through the Louisiana Purchase, the United States acquired New Orleans and an entire territory that would double the size of the nation. But even under American rule, New Orleans remained proudly different. People spoke French, danced to African drums, and worshipped with candles and incense in Catholic cathedrals. By the 19th century, the port of New Orleans had become one of the busiest in the world. Steamboats arrived daily, carrying cotton, sugar, and slaves. It was a city of wealth and suffering, elegant mansions on one side, slave auctions on the other. New Orleans was America's richest city before the Civil War and one of its most divided. When war came in 1861, Louisiana joined the Confederacy. But New Orleans fell quickly to Union forces in 1862, sparing it from destruction. After the war, the city entered a turbulent period. Freed African Americans sought opportunity and equality, creating new communities, churches, and schools. Music filled the air, blues, gospel, and rhythm that would soon become something revolutionary. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, the neighborhoods of Storyville and Treme gave birth to a new sound: jazz. It was the sound of freedom, of joy born from struggle. Musicians like Buddy Bolden and later Louis Armstrong took this new music beyond the bayous and into the world. From riverboats to ballrooms, New Orleans became the cradle of America's greatest musical gift. But New Orleans was never only about music. It was about spirit, about the rhythm of life itself. The people of the Crescent City faced segregation, poverty, and prejudice with resilience and creativity. Voodoo, a blend of African spirituality and Catholic tradition, flourished, misunderstood by outsiders, but deeply rooted in cultural identity. Markets, parades, and festivals filled the streets with color and faith. In the 20th century, New Orleans grew into a city of contrasts. Elegant mansions stood beside humble Creole cottages. Jazz clubs shared corners with cathedrals. The smell of gumbo mixed with the sound of brass bands. Through wars, floods, and social upheaval, the city stood firm, proud of its heritage and fiercely protective of its soul. Then came the storm that changed everything. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina struck with unimaginable force. The levees broke, neighborhoods flooded, entire communities vanished under water. The world watched in shock as the city drowned, and as its people struggled to survive. But amid the devastation, The same spirit that had built New Orleans centuries ago returned. Musicians played in shelters, families rebuilt homes, artists painted murals of hope. The world came to help, and slowly, painfully, New Orleans was reborn. The scars of Katrina remain, in the memories, in the streets, but so does the resilience. Today, New Orleans is a living poem, a blend of history, music, and soul. The French Quarter stands as a timeless reminder of colonial ambition. Jackson Square, St. Louis Cathedral, and Bourbon Street pulse with life day and night. Mardi Gras parades fill the streets with laughter, color, and rhythm, proof that the city's heart still beats strong. From Creole cuisine to jazz funerals, from voodoo rituals to vibrant street art, New Orleans celebrates life in every possible form. It is a city where the past and present coexist, where every corner tells a story, every melody echoes memory. New Orleans is more than a city, it's a survivor, a dreamer, a song that never ends. It is the city that refused to die, and instead chose to dance.